Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today we are going to be working on forgotten stuff that has been left behind in my crazy craft room. Some you'll see are have been sitting there for like a week. I have stuff on my desk, I have stuff on my fireplace. We have stuff down there. So I want to take this opportunity to get all of that stuff upcycled so I could either list it on the website or list it in the booth. Let's get started. I'm going to start this video off super easy. We are going to take this picture, and I actually just hauled this. It's an Ikea picture. It's actually really pretty, very weighted, but we need to update it because it wasn't doing it for me. So we're going to take the POTS transfers. If y'all are starting out with transfers, get these because there are so many of them. They come in black, white, and blue, and you can seriously use them on anything. So I decided to take one of these black images with the birds on it. I'm going to cut some slits since we're going with a curved surface. Birds always sell well for me, so I knew that putting the bird image was the way to go. I'm going to go ahead and center that, and it has a little tack on it so it sticks nicely. I start with the middle, and then I'm going to push down on that transfer, starting on the right side and then working my way to the left. I like to peel up my transfer and then scrape or push down on it as I go for that transfer to release from the carrier sheet. After I'm done doing that, I burnish my image. That means I'm going to rub that transfer film really good over it. I don't want you to be able to tell this is a transfer whatsoever. And y'all, this came out good. Now, the IKEA branding on the bottom was tacky. I did not want people to know this was an IKEA picture. So I grabbed the Picante transfers and I put this bee on. However, the positioning of the bee looked very awkward and out of place because it wasn't centered on the bottom. So what I did was I took another scrap piece of some text and I put that under it, and now it looks like it was meant to be there. And it's those little details, I mean, I personally, if I'm shopping, would love. So you guys, we updated, this was 50 cents at a garage sale, and now I can put it in my booth and it is going to look amazing. Look at the details on that transfer, and you would never know this was a transfer. This is a great summer piece. It's light, it's airy. The birds just do it for me. And of course, I couldn't forget to show you the little bee underneath. What a great little added touch. I know it's the bottom, but for me, it's all about the details. Now, I also hauled this week, and this was a kitchen sifter. It was like 50 cents at a garage sale. I grabbed the IOD Seeds catalog. Y'all, this one has been hot, 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 hot. And I get all of my IOD products from Bonda at painted.heirloom.com. Her link is in the description box. So keep in mind when working with transfers, you can cut them down to fit anything you want. So this one was a little big. I'm going to save my scraps and I'm going to use this part of the transfer. Fit perfectly right in front. So I wanted to make a custom color. There were these dark pink florals on the transfer. So you guys, I grabbed Petticoat Pink. Then I grabbed Cherry Picked, which is a dark purple color. I mixed a little bit of that in. You guys, have I told you I don't know how to mix colors? I'm not good. Well, I got purple. Newsflash. Then I put Kissing Booth in there. And then I got like a bright purple color. Then I added more Petticoat Pink in there. You guys, it was just going so wrong. Then I added Carnival Red, which has a pink undertone. And then I finally got that like dusty rose color I was looking for. Woo, man, was that a process. Now I'm just going to go ahead and paint this sifter. Now I'm going to paint everything except the handle and then the little wooden piece. And I do not paint inside the sifter either. The DIY paints are clay based. They stick to almost any surface, so I did not feel the need to spray this with a clear matte or prime it. It stuck so well, and I did give this 2 coats of my custom color. You can see how it dried down versus what it looks like wet. So I was really happy with how it ended up coming out. So after I let that dry, I'm going to take a fine grit sandpaper and I'm going to sand any of the raised letters or numbers just so that it pops out, looks a little bit more rustic. And I really like how that turned out as well. After this, we are going to grab that transfer. Make sure to clean up all that dust first. I'm going to lay that transfer on. And what's nice about the IOD transfers is they do have grids. So it's really easy to line your image up where you need it. It's also awesome because as you're scraping down or pushing down that image, they really do form to any kind of surface or curves, whatever you have, it's gonna cling to. So I'm gonna work my way down our transfer, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna burnish it as well, just like we did with the previous one. And now I'm going to grab my clear DIY wax, and we are going to clear this. All of the paint products that you see in today's video can be found on my website, unicorndustdesigns.com. After that is done, you guys, look at how beautiful this sifter turned out. All of these are available on my website in upcycled home decor. This reminds me of like just an old can with old marketing on it. It looks so good, and I love the way this color turned out against this image. Woo, love that. Okay, this next one, you guys. I'm going to take this cutting board. It was $2.49. This is definitely one of those pieces that have traveled around my craft room like 10 times. I sanded it with 80 grit and then 220 grit sandpaper. I'm going to grab Pedal Pusher, which is such an underrated color for DIY paints. It is so beautiful, y'all. I'll show you how it looks dried down. I'm going to paint the front, the back, and the sides with Pedal Pusher. I only give it one coat. And then in this next clip, here we go. So this is how it looks dried down. And I loved this. You could see all the cut marks, all of that beautiful texture that was already a part of the cutting board. It was already turning out gorgeous. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to grab the paint inlay once again and give this a try. So this was the paint inlay I've already used. You can use the paint inlays up to 3 times. They're just going to get lighter in color as you use them more. So I centered my image. I'm going to peel it back and I'm going to use Big Top. Now this is my preference when using the paint inlays. I have the best luck doing it with the clear coat versus the paint. So I start from the top, and this time I'm really working hard on getting this nice and smooth and having no wrinkles in it. That way I know that paint inlay is going to attach to my surface. So I do the rest of the cutting board, I lay that down, and you can see like I'm working really hard on getting that smooth. Now I'm going to take my mister bottle, I wet that entire image, and then I'm pressing it down with my paper towel. I couldn't find my brayer. I wanted to try that, but now that it's dried, I wanted to show you guys the DIY brush cleaner. I bought 5 of these, and I finally have been using it for probably like a month now, and I love it. It has like a little wire disc in there with a soap bar, and it's amazing. I have 5 of them on my website right now. Okay, now that it's dry, I'm going to mist that again, and I'm going to get that paper towel again, and I'm going to press down. I leave it for about 15 seconds, and then I start peeling it back, and you guys, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. You guys know I was complaining the last video. This came out so beautiful. I waited for it to dry. I waited about like an hour, and then I cleared the front and the back with Big Top. And I cannot wait to show you this. Comment with a flower if you love this. You guys, the natural like cut marks in here, the weathered paint job, it looks like this has been around for centuries. Like, it is gorgeous. I'm so happy with how this turned out. And woo, you guys know my struggle last week. Well, I love it this week, that's for sure. Hey everyone, I'm popping in because I have that huge announcement. If you guys are on my other social media, I have a huge announcement. Are you guys ready for it? Are you guys ready? I'll just let you wait like 10 seconds. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Bree from Upcycled by Bree and myself are going to be hosting For the Love of Junk weekend. Her and I have been working on this all year long, and we cannot wait to tell you about it. Right now, the ticket sales are happening right now. So, what is For the Love of Junk weekend? One, it is going to be an entire weekend filled with fun and crafting and chatting and hanging out with like-minded people. We're going to start Friday night with a meet and greet. Saturday, you guys, we are going to take a party bus and we are going to go thrifting. We have a challenge created for y'all to get some thrifting items, thrifted, and we're gonna go back to Lewisburg Market Street where we are going to craft for 6 hours. We are gonna have so much fun. There's time to shop, and then we're gonna go to dinner together. And then the next day, if you're waiting for your flight, then you get to come over to my house and hang out and barbecue. You guys, this is gonna be so much fun. There's only a limited amount of tickets, 20 total. We're just starting off. This is our first time doing this, so we didn't want to go too big too soon. So you guys, the ticket sales are going to be available on Bree's website. So upcycledbybrie.com. I'm going to leave a direct link down in the comments for you. I hope you guys are excited. And if this is not your thing, that is totally okay, but we are excited. I hope some of you are. And you guys, head down to the description box, click on that link to check out more about this For the Love of Junk weekend. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get back into the video. For this one, you guys, I was not about to let that custom paint go bad. So what I did with it was I grabbed a frame, I grabbed some salt wash. I'm gonna mix some salt wash in there. Now, this DIY is inspired by Sweet Yellow House. If you have not seen her channel, I'm gonna leave her linked down in the description box. If you love IOD and DIY products, you are going to love her. This woman is beyond talented, and what she comes up with is so inspiring. So this DIY is inspired by her. So I'm going to coat the frame, just a rough coat at first to get some coverage and make sure that I get all my outer and inner frame. Now I'm taking that salt wash with a chippy brush and I'm going to stipple that on. I want to get texture, but I'm not doing a lot of the texture. I want it to look more like cement or stone. So I'm trying to get that into all of those details. I get the outer frame as well. And then after this, I'm going to grab DIY's clear wax. This wax is so buttery smooth, y'all, and it lasts forever. Okay, what movie is that from? Comment if you know. And I'm going to take that all around our frame. Now I'm going to grab the black wax. Now, Sweet Yellow House, she mixes her black wax with clear wax, which I should have done. I didn't do that. I had maybe a little bit of clear wax in there, but she puts the black wax into her details to create a shadow effect. And I wish I would have added the clear wax because I think I would have gotten a different result. However, I still do love how it came out. Then she goes back in with her clear wax and she buffs that wax, that black wax out, so it's gonna look more like a shadow effect versus when we put the wax all over and wipe it back. I was trusting the process. I knew I didn't do it exactly like her. And then after we were done buffing that in, my girl from Sweet Yellow House, she loves her some gold, okay? And you guys know I do, so we could be best friends. I'm going to take that gilded gold wax. This is also a DIY product, and I'm going to put that on all the raised surfaces, and I put a little bit around the outer and inner frame, and this is how it turned out. Is that not gorgeous? You see the texture from the salt wash, and then the black wax in the details really does look like a shadow, and I love it. It doesn't look exactly like hers, but you know what? It'll get there. I just need to practice a little bit more. Now, there's a lot of DIYs in this one. I got this piece at DI in Utah for $1. Funny thing is, it looks like someone had already DIY'd this because seriously, Apothecary matched the color on this perfectly. However, it was old, it was scraped up. Everett wanted to help me, so he did coats. Look at how good he is with that paintbrush and that coverage. All right, so after that was dried, I took crinoline. And crinoline is like if Cashew and Plaster by Waverly had a baby. this would be the color. It's absolute perfection, the best, creamiest white out there. And I'm going to do the bottom half with that. Now, this bottom trimming already had like indentations on where it was distressed before. So I just followed that to get that distressed look back on this sign. Now, y'all, we're going to take that seeds transfer once again. And y'all know what? Vonda from Painted Heirloom was so nice. She sent me another one of these booklets to gift to one of you. So to enter to win one of the booklets, you have to be 18 and over, a US resident, and all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe on my video. I will choose and announce a winner in next Tuesday's video. I will put it in my community tab, and I will comment on the winner's comment. Please do not say anything about a giveaway in the comments, because I do not want spammers to start reaching out to you guys. So all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. It could be any comment. That's it. And thank you, Vonda, for sending us this so that one of my subscribers can use it. Okay, so I picked this one out and I cut the bottom off so that it would fit perfectly. You guys, look at how vibrant and beautiful this is. So I'm going to lay it down, and once again, I am just pushing down on that image as I am pulling that transfer sheet up. Oh yeah, you guys, and details for the giveaway or gifting is in the description box. So now I'm going to burnish that down really well all over the sign. After I'm done, I'm going to flip it on over, and I'm going to put a sawtooth hanger in this so that we can hang it up. I'm going to mark 3 lines on the bottom of this because I want to turn it into, it could be a key holder, it could be something for towels, doesn't matter. But I wasn't digging these silver cup hooks, so I got my what do you call this? I'm drawing a blank. Rub and buff, and then I changed the color of those. Now I'm going to take my drill and I'm going to drill some holes. These little cup hooks didn't have the point. They were flat on the bottom. So I used my drill, push those in. I'm going to do 3 of them. And y'all, I love how this turned out. After this step is when I grab my clear DIY wax, and we're going to clear the front and the back. I did paint the back, and this turned out so beautiful. If you are new to IOD, these transfers are going to be great for you as well because there are several of them ranging from this medium size to smaller ones. Oh my gosh, this is everything, just like it says above. This came out so beautiful, and what an easy way of taking a $1 thrifted item and turning it into something beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Comment seeds down in the description box if you like that one. All right, this was actually a current thrifted item too. It came free in like a birdhouse that I bought from Salvation Army, but I think it needed an update. So I'm going to take the butterfly mold, and there's 2 little butterflies in here. This is my first time using this. I'm going to use cornstarch to coat it. That way our molds easily pop out, and I'm going to press my clay in there. I do have to say, the more I work with the clay, the easier it is to use in these molds, because I used to be totally against it. I'm going to do a second one, and then Sweet Yellow House, she uses a scraper tool and she gets like the flattest molds ever. So I grabbed my little scraper tool and tried it, and all it did was make my mold pop out. Look, I'm all, oh, that's working. Nope, didn't work. But it doesn't hurt to try. So I'm going to find my placement here, and then I'm going to use my Titebond Quick and Thick glue. And I usually don't do it with my fingers, and this is exactly why. And we are going to place our butterflies on here. Now, these are wet, and we want to do that with a curved surface. And I'm also going to paint while these molds are wet. That is going to help us get less cracks in our clay mold. Now I'm going to use fire starter, and you guys, this is my first time using it, and I was a little bit weary, but let me tell you, this color, if you're looking for a terracotta finish, this is it. So I painted the entire thing, including our butterflies. Make sure to be gentle over your clay molds if they are still wet. And then I'm going to show you how it looks dried down. So you can see the dark color versus what it dried down to be. Now, if you do prefer that dark color, just add Big Top to your paint instead of the clear wax, and then it'll darken that paint color up again. Now I'm going in and I added clear wax, and I'm going to grab the white wax. I'm going to focus a lot of that wax on the mold so that my details pop, and then I'm going to just stipple it on the rest of the pot. I'm going to grab a paper towel and I'm going to kind of get the excess off there. And this turned out so cute. What an easy flip this was. It changed the entire look. Those blue flowers totally pop. And look at those beautiful butterflies. And I personally think this looks like a terracotta pot. So I am all about it. Comment with the butterfly if you like this one and this mold. There were so many options. You guys, thank you so much for joining me for these summer DIYs. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to leave me a comment. It's a free way to help your girl out. And I hope you guys visit upcycledbybrie.com to check out those tickets. Bye, y'all. Let's see if I can do this. There's something in my eyeball. Okay. The shirt I put on today, well, we were in California. My mom put it in the dryer and shrunk it. So it's basically 2 times too small for me, but that's okay. What's really messing me up is the eyeball.